level 6 and you all in and they die.
Yeah,
that's how it works.
I
Otherwise,
can see
it's
that.
horrible.
Pre-6, I feel like it's such a bad matchup, though, that I'm always kind of
Name a matchup that isn't a bad matchup into Seraphine Ash.
Well, I mean, a lot of the good ones are gone, right? That's kind of the issue here. You're also going to have the issue of
for BNK's chances.
And this is a big change for, oh gosh, that's not good.
Vikla may start his dying a little bit early this time around, wants to get it out of the way, and there is another first blood for Knight.
Diablo and Kellen with the push thus far, which is kind of at least to my expectation. And we'll see, you know, if they are going to be able to find this wraparound, though.
Oh, yeah, Shun making his way in. Viper looking a little worse for wear. There's the flash forward. They want to just try and kill him before this one even happens. The flash out of the way is now Viper able to be taken down here by Diablo. Avoids the turret. It is going to be a 1-for-1. But Diablo, I think, pretty happy with picking up the first one here for BNK.
No kidding. I mean, Viper has, I'm just going to say he's played horribly in these first 2 games, and now in the third as well. It feels like some pretty big mistakes. I mean, you think back to Ana's going to die.
Yeah, he's a Yumi. He doesn't.
His barrier.
Yeah, his barrier's already there. He canceled the auto attack, so that's not great. So he's dead.
Okay, well, he does base. They're going to try to make this go really long. He is there behind him.
Yeah, there's a paranoia. Flash comes on forward here as there is no ulti from Clear, so he couldn't get himself over the wall. So that's a 1-for-1. The safety of the turret. There's no kill, but it is still a lot of pressure put on here by BLG.
Yeah, and that is that level 6 advantage for On. He has the ult where Kellen does not. So even once they get the cleanse off Viper, there's no encore to come through. That meant that Diablo had to flash away. So a good bit of pressure in the enemy jungle. A pink there down on that bot side as well.
Oh, arrow connects from downtown. Paranoia comes through once again. It's Clear. He can't take the turret for much longer than that, but he doesn't need to as Raptor will take the last one, and down goes the Rumble. This time, the dive worked.
Diablo setting it up from downtown.
He was actually in the bottom lane. That was insanity.
Yeah, I actually looked behind me. I heard him yell out Kobe on the stage, and the rest is history.
Yeah, there we go. Beautifully done. That is going to be the first turret taken down as well. So BNK a lot more money, but now BLG to try and fight back. There's the Cyclone onto Diablo. He flashes out of the way. A great encore here from Kellen defensively as the final chapter comes down, but I don't know about that timing as Viper throws in his ulti as well, and now Clear comes in with a huge shield, but Knight's down as well. The charm is going to miss though, and Diablo is doing his very best to get out of the way of every ability thrown at him. And nothing
deep, right? They had taken the top lane tier 1, so they got first tower. He had pushed it all the way to the tier 2. He's going to be losing plates now. It is Vikla looking like he's going to go up and answer that. So there is a cost to this. Bin is going to get some money, but still, you get down towards the bot side, you get that dragon, that's going to feel nice.
Well, you got an exhaust down onto Raptor, who flashes out of the way. Over the wall goes Viper, though, and oh dear, the shutdown comes in. It's not a kill for the Zeri. It's on their terms that he's going to be able to win. So tempo going to be such a huge thing in this game. As Vikla, I don't know about that position as he flashes to get himself out of the way. There's a paranoia as they just turn it onto Raptor. Does have that shield. Oh dear, okay, that is a lot of damage as they go 1-for-1. Now the flash on in as Viper looking for it onto Diablo, but he has the shield. He had the barrier. And Kellen's able to pick up the kill. Now the cat doesn't have a friend anymore. There's a fight on the bottom side of the map as well. Picture
strong, but Viper just looking a bit out of sorts as Diablo just popped that barrier. They're going to try to
maybe
run
if you've
down
got a
Vikla.
name that starts with V, it's just a bit of a rough day. As we can see, Vikla down the red carpet and will just be dead. On is going to steal that kill away. We're all about not giving kills over to the right people in certain circumstances. That's sort of how it's been going here. As BNK looking to try and answer here in this mid lane. It's a decent cross map as the extender beam not going to be enough to take down these minions, so it should be BNK able to open up the map here with this mid lane outer turret.
Yep, that is great. Going to be able to knock down Vikla out of the fight. And Vikla, his positioning has not been perfect by any means. They're going to look for a dive.
Yeah, he may just be dead as the riposte does come on through, but it's not going to do anything at all. However, he has the ulti down. That is so many stacks, and that's a flash needed from Knight to get himself out of the fight. And Shum's going to be taken out. The revenge of Vikla has happened. And now Knight is going to have to try and get himself out of the enemy jungle.
Might be time to check your clocks because it's looking like it's the year of Vikla.
I'm looking at my calendar. We had a little bit of a moment at the beginning of the day, but it was just the wrong timing. Knight will be taken out. Raptor is able to finish that one off.
Yeah, Vikla used the reflect so early. I thought he was going to get killed for sure, but then Knight missed the charm.
So Mountain Drake, it's going to be a Mountain Soul this game, and I think that if BNK managed to get a Mountain Soul, it might just be game over, because I don't know whether anyone... As Rich Herald may just die again. Never mind, does manage to get a charge, but there's the final chapter. Not exactly doing too much of anything at all. Clear making his way in with the teleport. Let's see whether this wraparound is going to work as he finds a great flank angle, pushes the Wukong out of the way as the Q doesn't land from Vikla, but Knight is kind of out of this fight, and Clear is just kind of by himself and not taking damage.
Yeah, not taking damage, but not really doing any either. BLG do get pushed back, but it was the TP off Clear for really not much of anything.
Well, not yet anyway, as they're continuing to fight here. There's the all-out as Shun getting pulled back. The equalizer is fantastic as Raptor is just going to get taken down. The volley is hurting a little bit here, but it's BLG that draw first blood in the fight as Vikla gets in, finds the overwhelm to take down
the entire way around. And Diablo, though, as we're back to live.
Oh my goodness, there's 3 people here, Diablo. What are we doing? That was great that this is happening. And in fact, Knight might check it, but this is gone.
It is gone. But we'll see the fight after, because now they know, and BLG are coming, but Bin has his TP, they're going to go.
Yep, Extended Beam does come on down, as we do have a snare that is going to hold them in position. Final chapter does come on forward as they're looking for the Wukong, but he gets stunned up, just destroyed by Vikla. And now, BLG also going to lose the fight. They get on in there, Knight takes so much damage as Diablo just shoots him. And yeah, they managed to take down the Ashe, but Diablo is not the main character this time around, as it's a triple for Vikla. It happened. As now Clear, we were talking about his immortality. We do have a dragon up and available for BNK. That'd be Soul Point, and Double Mountain is already just so many stats to try and get through on this K'Sante.
You know, next game, maybe he could ask Knight for a quick 1v1, get solo killed before the game starts.
That's an in-practice tool.
In-practice tool, exactly. That would be crazy.
That'd be the tactic. We'll have to let Vikla know. As Shun looking for a little bit of a wraparound, should be able to get into position as the equalizer is good from Bin. At the same time, the encore is also fantastic. It's another kill as Vikla goes godlike. They get into the backline. The Mel is taken out as it's a double for the Zeri and make that one a triple. Never mind. It doesn't matter how many mistakes you make. As long as you find your window to get that certification, it can work. As he does need to be a little bit careful here as the bottom lane are still alive. Bin needs to find some of these harpoons. Look, Diablo just wants to walk up. Yep. It doesn't matter the scenario.
His sidesteps have been so good. Sidestep a couple skill shots in a row there, but BLG retreating away into this tower are going to be able to knock that down. It was a great reflect from this one from Vikla. He got to reflect on the charm onto Knight. Knight got charmed up, got burst down early on. So even with that equalizer that looked pretty much perfect from Bin, this fight is just continuing. Equalizer is back.
Yeah, Equalizer does come down. It's not doing a whole lot.
Knight
his inner turret is also down. Kellen has to tank up the prowling projectile. Bin looking a little worse for wear, but gets that flame spitter onto Diablo. And now Knight is back, like you were talking about. But so is Vikla, looking to try and take down Bin. He just explodes at the start of this fight, but it's 2 for Knight. Just dashes after them and takes them down in what was the weirdest League of Legends I'd seen in a really long time. Now as Vikla continues the fight, there is a Foxy lady for On to join with, and now back on over to Viper as final chapter's up again. And now Shun looking for a little bit of an angle. 7 seconds on that Cyclone as you've got Raptor coming in. Does make them a little bit afraid as Viper gets himself back into position. And Raptor is the target they're looking for. He dashes over the Cyclone and Vikla does it again! Viper just explodes one more time! Same thing to be said though as the Mel is taken down, as this is one of the longest team fights I have ever casted in my life as they've respawned and they're back into it once again. This time it's Clear going all out against BLG. Yep, that's a good way to do it.
He's got it, and Infinity Edge done for both the Diablo and Viper. Damage really has ramped up. Viper has not really looked very...
That's on cooldown. She's not going to be able to enter the fight, and then you kill everyone else. That is kind of the theory.
You can see Viper now on the 5 to deal with for the charm. There's also the Mikhails now. It is going to be very difficult for Knight, and he has been struggling in this game.
Vikla doesn't have a lot of buttons left, but Viper once again goes in, and his health bar just evaporates. As there's the paranoia, you can see Raptor still looking for an opportunity. For the rest of BLG, they do collapse around their AD carry, but Clear just says no. Just kills Bin. In goes Shun, and just down to his GA immediately. BNK just taking them down one after the other as finally Viper goes in. Finds one, but then Diablo stands his ground and murders him. On this time, he's not going to survive. And it's a multi-kill, a quadra for the K'Sante of Clear.
Clear saw what Diablo did, what Vikla did. He wants to get involved too. How about a quadra for K'Sante and a win?
team fighting here from BNK. They'll take down this mid inhibitor once again. And one more time, it is just a waltz through the mid lane in order to take down the Nexus. BNK reaching match point in their first best of 5 of First Stand 2026.
What a way to do it, man.
Oh my, that's not how it's never been expected.